Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So we got the crypto market here, Bitcoin at 92.44, Ethereum 183.95, and XRP trading at 0.293. Everything is up, but just slightly. Few coins are down, but mostly some green today in the market, again, just slightly. Bitcoin here on the daily, and look at that. That's just like a textbook bullish pennant here. I know I pointed it out the other day, but I gotta point that out again. That's a thing of beauty. The bullish pennant, guys, for those of you guys who do not know, is a signal that sellers are actually tired and that buyers are going to take over. Let me delete that for a second to show you guys. It starts off with a strong movement upward, a lot of tall, positive green candlesticks, followed by a lot of strong, positive volume. And then that's usually followed by a mix of red and green candlesticks with declining volumes. So shorter candlesticks, and you guys can see it forms that kind of a pennant shape. The opposite is true in the other direction, and obviously that is a signal that the market will continue to go down. But this is a textbook bullish pennant signaling the market will go up. When we look at XRP here on the daily, still same kind of trend. And I was reading on Twitter, I forget who it was now, but somebody was saying how they feel like we're in 30-cent purgatory. It seems that way sometimes, doesn't it? Nevertheless, we are still seeing steady momentum upward. We're not seeing the trend move in the other direction, which would be bad, obviously. We're seeing it move upward, so higher highs, higher lows. That is always great in the space. I saw this from It Costs XRP1 on Twitter, and this an interview that had to do with the CEO of CoinField, Bob Rass, and how they released their Sologenic project. So that's a new cryptocurrency that they are using, and they are doing some amazing things with it. Now, they have built it on the XRPL, and I've read some mixed reviews on this. A lot of people saying that, even though it's built on the XRPL, it's not going to mean much for XRP specifically. Some people saying that it will indeed promote XRP growth. And that it's everything that revolves around the XRP ecosystem is good. Anyway, I will link the article in the description for you guys. Just going to read a little bit of it here. So Sologenic, so here's one of the questions. Sologenic would open XRP to huge adoption across the finance industry. What do you see XRP achieving with this push? Where do you see XRP and Sologenic's relationship in the next 5 years? So Raz says, I've seen the XRP community get very excited with the crypto exchange putting XRP as their base currency. Within the Sologenic ecosystem, all the tokenized assets like stocks and ETFs are tradable only against XRP or Solo. This is simply like pairing 30,000 stocks/ETFs with XRP and Solo, so you can imagine what kind of significant volume it will bring daily when the project is live. So here he's stating that it isn't just Solo, it is XRP, it will be XRP and Solo. Obviously, they are going to be pushing their own coin. But it's built on the XRPL. They will be pairing it with XRP and Solo. I can only see that as a good thing for the ecosystem, to promote that. And ultimately, guys, at the end of the day, maybe they're using XRP as that kind of safety net, as that insurance if their Solo coin doesn't work out for them, which would mean that, even if Solo doesn't work out, their customers could still rely on that XRP as that backbone bridge currency. So they continue here. CoinField uses its crypto Solo to serve as a bridge between crypto assets and stocks or ETFs. Stocks or ETFs can also be converted to a tokenized stablecoin version of Sologenic, tradable and redeemable for XRP. With this, do you see XRP becoming a reserve currency? And so Bob Rass says, I'd love to think that'll happen soon, but we have to be realistic. There are many different aspects that are involved in setting XRP as a global reserve currency, like governments and banking systems, acceptance, regulations, and so on. Becoming the world reserve currency doesn't just happen like that. There are so many things involved with this, and it's more complicated than people give it credit for. Nevertheless, he goes on to say, I think XRP is on the right track to facilitate and modernize the traditional banking transfers with strategic partnerships and their day-to-day developments. Ripple Labs and XRP will undoubtedly revolutionize this industry very soon. So he's got positive things to say about XRP. Obviously, they built Sologenic on the XRP ledger for a reason. The efficiency, the speed, all the same reasons why we know XRP will thrive in the future once it becomes fully integrated into the financial system. So anyways, guys, if you want to read this whole interview, I will leave it here for you. I will link it in the description, as I always do. I saw this from XRP Crypto Wolf on Twitter, and today is the day, folks. Ripple has a strong defense against a lawsuit alleging it violated securities laws. So yes, this from the infamous lawsuit against Ripple. And I'm just going to read you the takeaway. Again, I will link this in the description. It is quite a lengthy article if you guys want to read it further. But the takeaway essentially, Monday is the deadline for an XRP holder to file a response to Ripple's motion to dismiss his suit against the company. So guys, again, if you don't remember, this is from Barry Sostak, who bought a bunch of XRP at the height of the bull market and then lost all his money, or rather lost $500, and then he decided to sue Ripple because he's claiming he didn't realize it would go down like this, and I think he's trying to find any excuse possible to deem XRP a security. Nevertheless, that motion largely sidestepped the plaintiff's argument that Ripple sold XRP as an unregistered security, instead contesting the case on procedural and evidentiary grounds. The suit is unlikely to settle the securities question, and while Ripple presented a strong defense, the case is likely nowhere near complete, and the company will remain at risk for further lawsuits, legal experts say. So, still not done, although today is the deadline for this. Guys, I will link it in the description if you are interested in this case. And as we know, Ripple has been entering many different markets, obviously trying to target the ones where cryptocurrency regulation is already kind of ironed out versus, the corridors where they can't really do business using XRP for ODL, for on-demand liquidity. We know Asia South Pacific is one of those regions, and so get this, guys, Ripple may be entering the Vietnamese market with TP Bank partnership. And so the update says TP Bank has now confirmed that it has joined RippleNet. So indeed, this is happening. This just from 2 hours ago. And Ripple has been taking giant leaps in improving the global financial infrastructure. Its partnership with SBI Holdings has established Ripple's presence in Asia in the form of SBI Ripple Asia, a subsidiary of SBI Holdings. RippleNet enables faster transactions through DLT, and it might see another entry now with a Vietnamese bank, TP Bank, now using its blockchain technology, according to reports. The Vietnamese bank had previously announced working with SBI in order to use blockchain for cross-border transactions. The CEO of TP Bank, Nguyen Hung, in an interview with Vietnamese Insider, commented, TP Bank is also working with SBI on applying blockchain to international transactions. With its flexible, transparent, and decentralized nature, blockchain has the potential to greatly improve transaction networks and ensure instant transactions despite geographical distance. And isn't this what it's all about, right? The internet of value, transferring money, no matter where you are in the world, kind of like how we send emails and, how the internet basically changed that over the last decade or two. So SBI Ripple Asia hosts several Asian banks to facilitate better financial infrastructure, and RippleNet provides a global payments network that utilizes XRP. TP Bank was the first bank to successfully apply for national money transfers in the country, and with the alleged Ripple partnership, it could become the first bank in the country to fuel faster payments through RippleNet. Somebody's always got to be the first. TP Bank stepping up to be the one. International payments from the bank are mainly aimed at Japan, so clearly there's likely large volume from Vietnam to Japan. Don't know if there's anybody in the audience here that could speak to that from Vietnam or Japan. If that is a particular rail that has a lot of volume for whatever socio-political economic reason. I don't know that part of the world as well as I know the West. Nevertheless, however, according to reports, South Korea will be the next recipient of this service. If the country decides on using ODL, it would be yet another tick mark for XRP adoption. SBI Holdings showed a keen interest in using XRP to enable remittances from Japan to Southeast Asia in its latest performance and strategy report. For this, SBI Remit will utilize the on-demand liquidity service of Ripple. With SBI taking a step towards XRP adoption and utilization, Ripple might confirm the partnership with TP Bank, a partnership that aims for something similar. So this article, in a lot of ways, still talking about if it could happen, although we know the update here now says TP Bank has now confirmed that it has happened. They are using RippleNet, and they're starting with Japan, then moving into South Korea, obviously probably two very important corridors for that specific region. So guys, more partnerships, more infrastructure and rails being built, more volume, more use cases for XRP, more projects being built on the XRPL. Not only that, guys, Swell's coming up in a couple of days. I'm curious to see if we'll hear even more great news very, very soon. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.